What is up, everyone? Divide Kage here, and it is 5:19 in the morning. I woke up like 20 minutes, 19 minutes ago, honestly. And this is my second attempt of recording What If Deku Was a Hybrid Part 2 because I fell asleep during the first one. I'm smoking a White Owl, White Peach, because fuck it. Yeah, so as an apology, this video gonna be substantially long, and y'all get fuck ton of details. And yeah, so I last left off with Izuku already having two friends of Kendo and Onjiro. They're the third wheel. Izuku has met his biological parents, and rather than be mad at them for not adopting him, he'd rather just accepts it and will continue with his life. Now, one thing I do want to say, Izuku in this one, he'll be able to control his actual sperm count with his ki. So if he don't want his swimmers to swim, yeah, it's just like he's shooting out the diet glaze, if you will. There's no like there's no little semen cells going through every time he nuts if he doesn't want to. And he also has like, how can I put this? Thanks to being part angel, he is considered more attractive to females. And, well, he understands his role to be like the new head of a new race. Because since he's a hybrid, all of his kids are going to be hybrids as well. It's like, it's going to be really weird for me to get into, but alright then. So he's trained his whole life, and I'll say, yeah, he's 14 right now, and this is what he looks like because he's trained. His height is just 5'8", like just slightly taller than he would be in canon by 3 inches. Because he's like 5'5", which is weird because that technically means he's taller than Vegeta, who was only 5'4", I think. So yeah, I found that funny and very strange. But yeah, Izuku's slightly taller than Vegeta supposedly, but that's not what I'm here about. And yeah, so one thing that I never realized I didn't mention, his tail won't let him turn into a great ape. It's more just, it doesn't even, yeah, he doesn't have a great ape form. His body is condensed into in always Akari mode, in a sense. Where, well, not always Akari, but kind of Akari mode. Like, this is what I mean when I say he was the next evolution. Since Broly, he did have his tail and he had access to Akari mode, I'm gonna say, the angel genetics help push this new form of evolution where they do have their tail, but they don't transform under full moons, and they do get access to the Akari mode. It's just rage triggers it, and pride and self-control are how you are able to handle it, in a sense. And, well, because Izuku's an angel, he already has a naturally calm mind. However, this Akari mode was awakened when he was 10. When, fuck. Yeah, he was just hanging out with Ojiro and Kendo, and they were doing pretty well. Hold on. My cigarette turned off, and I was struggling to turn it back on, so y'all didn't need to hear that. Anyway, so he first awakens his Akari power when there is a villain attack in the city. And it's a lot earlier than it normally is in canon, so bear with me. It's Goganta Makia, and when he came inside, like when he came to the city, he is still looking for the police headquarters. And here's the thing that is slightly different. There was a hero who was able to, like, try and stop Gigantomachia. The keyword being tried. I'm gonna say he got heavily injured. Like, not dead, but he pretty much on the verge of death. Izuku hears the screaming. He instantly is running towards it, and his martial art practices, he's honed every single type of fighting style, and, well, yeah. When it came to his sudden growth of knowledge, all he told people was that he just learns really easily. Because, yeah. So Shallot, because that's the name he has in this one. Like I said, if I call him Izuku or Deku, it's just easier for me. So yeah. I'm still kind of sleepy, so give me a minute, and like the video gets much more lively. I promise. But okay. Okay, so now Ojiro and Kendo try and tell Izuku, no, don't run towards it, and he's saying if people need help, then I don't see any heroes, so screw it. He's so, like, he's just nonchalant about it. He knows he's strong. And this is like, how strong would I want him to be? He's already trained after a while, and I said he had a power level of 13k pretty much as a child, so. You know what? 36,000. That's how strong he is. He's Vegeta Namek Saga level. But after he got his ass whipped by Zarbon. Yeah, I think it was. No, that was a 38,000. So yeah, he's at 38,000 at the age of 10. And a lot of his training for him to power up his ki mostly is mental and image training. And yeah. And sometimes Kusu does like train him but he doesn't tell his mom about that because it's off-world, and that's one of the few places he can practice Ultra Instinct. And no, he doesn't have it. He's aware of its existence, and his body is not up to stuff with it because, if y'all remember, it's very taxing on the body. So, Izuku is aware of Ultra Instinct, but he ain't getting it anytime soon. Because he's 10. So anyway, I'm going to make two differences, because the two friends that Mina was with are characters who are in 1A now, or are going to be in 1A, because, well, one 1A, the other one 1B, because I see no reason why not to. Yeah. So the first one, the change is, it is Hagakure, the invisible girl, and the other one is Reiko, the emo Rukia, if you will, whose quirk is Poltergeist. And I admit, for some reason, I enjoy more. I think the aesthetic, I've always had a thing for goth chicks, so what can I say? I blame Hex Girls and Shigo growing up because, yeah, Disney did not have to make Shigo as fine as she was, and I said what I said. I ain't even mad. So yeah, back to the story. It's Hagakure, Reiko, and Mina, and they're all about to be hit by Gigantomachia, and Izuku powers up, having this aura, which this is the first time Kendo and Ojiro are seeing this, and Izuku just quickly rushes off. They're trying to follow him, but by the time they turn the corner, Gigantomachia has already knocked the fuck out. Because Izuku just went straight for the back of the neck with a full power punch. And, yeah, Gigantomachia not expecting anyone. Didn't have time to brace himself. So, yeah. Izuku's hand is busted, though. Because he broke his hand trying to punch Gigantomachia. And he did. The pro hero looks at Izuku and thinks he's some sort of intern, but this is what he's wearing right now because he was just training with Ojiro and Kendo. And on that one, they both spar against him, and they're always outclassed. Like, they always try and see if they can tag team Izuku, and they can't. Like, he has no openings for them. Like, Kendo and Ojiro even use Big Fist and his tail to try and hit young Charlotte, but nah, he can always block them. And yeah. So here's the thing. One, like, the thing that Ojiro and Kendo didn't see is Izuku punches Gigantomachia and he is, like, out, and he falls, like, he lands in front of Mina and Gakure and Reiko. He looks at them and says, "Are you all okay?" They all jump and hug Charlotte, saying thank you. They didn't think, they thought they were gonna die. To which Izuku says, "There's no way I'd ever let 3 beautiful ladies die." And, well, yeah, they blush. And then Hagakure is just like, "But you can't see me." And Izuku's saying, "No, I can. Very clearly." And this is just how I feel like she like, I don't know what they've said she looks like, so, fuck. I'm just model it, like, she looks like, Keiko from Inuyasha. So Izuku says, "No, I can see you with your black hair, your solid black eyes. Very beautiful, by the way. I do enjoy how your bangs..." And Higakure is blushing because, like, how does he... And then Izuku's just like, "If you want, I can help you with your quirk." Which kind of surprises her. Like, what do you mean? Get ready for the sauce, my guys. Izuku kisses Higakure right then and there, in front of both Mina and Reiko. My cigarette keeps on burning out, so yeah. That shit sucked. Anyway. He kisses her, and then everyone actually sees her, like, as soon as he pulled away. And she had, like, the same white energy around her. And Izuku's saying, "There. By sharing some of my energy, I can help modify your quirk factor and help you control it easier. Now your invisibility can be turned on and off whenever, but you have to make a conscious state of being invisible." And Higakure is just staring at him. Mina and Reiko are looking at him like, "What are you?" And he's saying, "My name is Charlotte Midoriya. And my quirk is called Heavenly Key." And he did tell Inko and Mitsuki that his quirk is going to be called Heavenly Key because it does have some divine properties where he can heal people, and it does augment his strength by a significant amount. And he did say, as long as he trains his body, he can handle the amount of pressure it's going to be. But since his body is Saiyan and Angel, he just is using that as an excuse. It's just helping him have more power than normal, because, yeah. And then he's saying, "Yeah, no, one of the things I can do with my quirk, because it's a form of emitter energy," and he even states, the fact that his hair and eyes are silver is proof that it's emitter mutation. Kind of like a half and half quirk. He explains his mom had a quirk called Divinity, and his dad called Battle Key. And when the two mixed, it kind of did this. His mom had healing capabilities and could actually work on people with quirks who were fucked up. And his dad was just, he fights, gets stronger from damage as he heals. Because I'm going to use the excuse of hockey. Like, when you're in a dire situation and your body needs more power, it's going to unlock that power. So, yeah. Bullshit reason, but anime doesn't have the bullshit power of friendship. Fuck it. Bullshit power of I'm half Saiyan, half angel. Fuck you gonna do about it? I outclass all of y'all. So yeah. And then he like looks at them and he says, I'm sorry. That was quite rude of me. So he grabs Mina and kisses her too. And Mina and well yeah, now the other two are like shocked that he's doing this. And this is when Kendo and Ojiro show up to see Izuku kiss from Mina, then to pull Reiko and kiss her too. And what he did is he pretty much tells them, okay, with Mina, I've enhanced your body's tolerance and resistance to your acid. And with Reiko, he's saying, I expanded the amount of weight you can do with your quirk and its range. And they're like, yeah, yeah, because the moment he kissed him, they could feel like an energy just flowing into them. And so yeah, keep in mind they're 10, but they're all looking at Izuku and they're like, did it have to be through kiss? And Izuku's saying, I don't know. It was just something I figured. Sure. He's like even saying, like I said, I find all three of you beautiful. And I was raised by, and he goes like, my mother's told me to love all and respect all women, to defend them, be a strong pillar to support, to be supportive, and pretty much like the ultimate, like, this is how a man needs to treat women in a sense. But his whole loving all women means like, to him it's okay to have multiple partners, which he doesn't really understand why it's not okay, because he even says he loves his moms both each equally, and it does give him strength. Like, he knows when he fights for them, his power will rise more. So why not love more than just one? So yeah. And they're like, okay. Like, not really sure how to respond, but from this point on, Izuku does get all three of their numbers. And he's saying, if you girls are uncomfortable with it, then I understand. And I will, let you three decide which one should. Yeah, kind of busy recording, guys. Which one should date me, but he's saying, I personally would love to date all three of you. And he goes like, acid, invisibility, and poltergeist, they're very intriguing quirks to me. And there's no doubt in my mind that if you train them up, you yourselves could potentially be more powerful than I am. And he is bullshitting them, but he's not, like, he's sincere about it. Like, he himself does not realize how OP he is in this sense, because, yeah. Anyway, back to the story. So, they all smile, nod, and they're all like, that does make some sense. So, they're looking at each other, nodding. We're okay with it. Izuku smiles and says, cool. Kendo and Ojiro, like, are asking Izuku what just happened. And the pro hero, like, he just sees, after he saw Izuku, he passed out. So he didn't see Izuku kiss three chicks. Because that'd be weird. Yeah. So yeah, no, from that point on, Izuku is texting these three chicks, and he offers to train with them at Dagobah Beach, because he saw how filthy it was, and he's thinking heroes have a thing for popularity now, and to him, he misses where it was more about the service that you can do for others. So he's just saying he's going to try and clean up Dagobah Beach. And Ojiro and Kendo, they don't actually train with him on this one. They continue to do their own couple thing. But Higakure, Mina, and Reiko, they do help him clean up Dagobah Beach. On some bullshit. My cigarette keeps on going out. Anyway, sorry about that. But no, Izuku, he already has 3 girlfriends. And he did tell his moms about them. And they were like, 3? Izuku nods and saying, yeah, is it wrong to love multiple? Isn't that what you two pretty much told me? And they're like, yes and no, we just didn't think you could. And they're okay with this. Izuku nods and saying, yeah. Like, he even looks at them. He says, you told me to love and respect all women. So, I figured that also goes, why not date all women too? And this is what he says, besides, Kusu, and he refers to her as Kusu in front of them because he doesn't call her mom, because it'll hurt their feelings, and Izuku cares. Saying Kusu, she wants to see how many kids I can have, because she always wanted a big family. So, yeah. Inko and Mitsuki are, like, hesitant because, my guy, you only 10, but they're like, when they remember how young Izuku was when he showed off his cooking talent, his music talent, and all his other art skills, the fact that he learns languages like nothing. He's already mastered English, Spanish, Italian, Japanese, Chinese, or Mandarin, if you will, German, and Dutch. I'm gonna say he learned Latin too, because fuck it, dead languages. It looked good on the resume. He learned French too, like as many. He has all languages. These are the only ones that he's spoken to them. So yeah. This also includes sign language and Braille. And he only bought the 2 books, and yeah, so they know he knows a lot of shit. And that he is much more mentally adept than most people. So his mental age is stronger than what his actual age is, and so they're kind of having to just accept it. So yeah, that's fun. Once again, I'd like to say that I do not own the same image. It was just something I found online. Look up half Satan, half angel, and you'll be able to find more pictures. I just like this one because, yeah. So now, it takes them about 6 months of training to clean up the beach. And they do. And they've all kind of grown together. And no one's, like, ever gone farther than kissing because they're only 10, my guys. Chill. This goes for 4 years of them training. Even after the beach is clean, they still go there and train, go to the amusement park and all that noise. And yeah, Gigantomachia is in Tartarus, and they have him in a medicated coma because, yeah, sure, giant like that does not need to be freely roaming around. But yeah, so Gigantomachia is off radar for All For One, and he is slightly pissed at this, so he is not really. He's hastily making just low tier no moves to like compensate for Gigantomachia. And yeah. So it's 4 years later in canon. The teacher does that, I know everyone wants to be a hero and all that noise. Blah blah blah. And they say Charlotte is the first person from this school to apply to UA. All the girls are just like, of course he's gonna get in. The guys are still like envious of him, but they know he's cool as shit because he's not in their face about how strong he is. In fact, he constantly offers to train other people if they need it. Only because Kusu, and I didn't say this in the last part, and I feel like I should have. Another reason why he wants Izuku to have fuck ton of children is the mortal rate. She wants that to be shit to be sky high. And yeah. And that's pretty much it. I had to do a long drag right there, so yeah. So yeah. But then the teacher throws up the papers in a nonchalant attitude, Izuku just sticks out his hand. They all start glowing, and then just form a neat stack. And yeah, because telekinetic ki, it's a thing. Don't hate me. And yeah. I can also say he can read people's minds now too with his ki, like how Goku did with Krillin, and how Guru was able to do with Krillin. But yeah. And that happens. And one thing that does change at the entrance exam is Uraraka's super nervous. Because I'll say, like, her dad recently got injured and he couldn't work. And Uraraka was just super distracted at the entrance of UA. So she is, like, taking 2 steps back and bumps into Shallot. And Shallot, he is not with the other 3 girls. They're already out there in the hall. Because, yeah, he said he was going to do training beforehand, before he came here. So his body's nice and warm up for when the actual exam starts. And he is just doing regular through the robot test. No recommendation because when the hero came to, he thought it was another hero who saved him. He just didn't know who it was, so that's why. Like, no one knows who defeated Gigantomachia except for the girls and Izuku. Ojiro and Kendo too, so yeah. Fuck. It's really weird because normally they don't even text this early, so y'all should go to sleep. It's barely 6. It's barely about to be 6. Never mind. I'm gonna continue. So Uraraka bumps into him saying she's so sorry. Izuku sees she's nervous, places a hand on her shoulder, and then just says, it's gonna be okay, and she feels reassured. Just because there's a guy who's part angel telling her, no, it's okay. He asks her what's bothering her. She's saying that her dad's in the hospital, and Izuku was just like, well, I'll tell you what. After this exam is over, meet me here under this gate, and then we can go visit your father. She's just like, what? She says, yeah, one of the many side factors of my quirk is that I can heal people with my energy. He then powers up, like, just slightly, where it's just the white glow around him, and he's saying, this energy here I can use to either strengthen my body or heal it, and I could even use it to heal others. To some extent, I can even help people's quirks who are damaged. And in case you're wondering, Sludge Villain, not yet. It's after, like, soon, my guys, soon. And yeah, Izuku. Oh, and the Sludge Villain is a woman in this one right now, so just hold up. Uraraka's just like, are you for real? You can heal my dad? And Charlotte smiles and saying, yeah, I got your dad. It says, my name is Charlotte Midoriya. And I'm very pleased to meet you. Uraraka blushes. She's saying, it's nice to meet you too, Charlotte. And he's just like, you can call me Shao. Like most of my friends do, so yeah. He even like sticks out his arm and tells Uraraka, come on, let's go in. And Uraraka's just like, because she sees the muscles and she's just like, okay. So she hooks his arm and is blushing the entire time as they're walking in. Izuku's just like, you don't have to be nervous. And she's just like, she lets this out. She's also nervous about how her quirk makes her nauseous. And Izuku's just like, oh, okay. Lifts her up, lands a kiss right in front of like the doors. Uraraka starts glowing with white energy. Everyone's seeing this, and when he pulled away, he's saying, there, now you should be free of your nauseous thing. And as an extent, I've also increased your balance while you're going to be in zero gravity by double, but from now on, like, I recommend you train, and I'll be happy to help you out with that too. Gives her a smile. Her heart melts. And, like, the entire time, she's just like, yo, did I just have my first kiss? And to Izuku, to him, it doesn't matter. He'll just straight up, like, kiss them if they need the shit. Because, yeah. And, yeah. So that happens. Uraka and then Uraka, when it came to the test, she realized that she had better understanding of it. So she scored slightly better than in canon. And Robot Tongue, the other girls are upset because they're all divided up. None of them are with Izuku. I'm about to see this one. That's what's up. And yeah, Izuku, he pretty much is chilling on his own. Ida does his dumb thing of interrupting President Mike. That is like the fourth time my cigarette's gone out. It's kind of cold and I have like the window cracks, so the air just blows it off sometimes. But yeah, no, sorry guys. But yeah. Where was I? So yeah, no, Uraka's the only one with Izuku and in the exam. But oh yeah, back to the Ida thing. He does make the "you didn't say the 0-pointer. This is a tragedy of UA. Y'all ain't shit." Because I've never really liked Ida, to be honest. It's just he reminds me of a guy in high school who also had that stupid rich boy entitlement mentality, and I almost beat this fuck out of him every time I saw him. It was like almost on sight. Every day I wanted to beat the shit out of that man because he was a dick for no reason other than thinking he had money. Yeah, but that's beside the point. So no, Izuku then says, if you let him finish, he probably would have gone to that. And this is just me using what I call common sense. And if you don't have it to this degree, then okay. But maybe you should consider that it's just an obstacle that we shouldn't have to worry about unless it's right then and there. President Mike just smiles and saying, "You got it right on the dime, kid." And like the light goes to Izuku. Izuku stands. And all the women see the muscular hunk of God that he is. So yeah, Ida pissed because he's just like, "Yo, who the fuck are you?" And Izuku's just like, "Who are you to interrupt a teacher? A pro hero. You, a student who knows nothing of UA, rather than the stories you are told, should not question your superiors and those who are above you." President Mike's just like, "Thank you, kid." I go like, "I can't wait to see you in my class." And everyone's just like, "Oh shit, he just got endorsed by President Mike." Charlotte then bows and saying, "I look forward to learning through you, President Mike, sir." And yeah, Aizawa was watching this and like all the teachers were, and they're like, "Huh, he figured it out, corrected the guy, and he's still showing hella respect to the teachers." They're thinking, okay, he might be the prodigy child, the one in a million that every teacher is always asking for. So yeah. So that happens, and when it comes to the exam part, Uraka's like still doing her deep breath. She sees Charlotte and goes running up to him, and this is where Ida's just like, "Oh fuck, nah, you don't get no bitches." He pulls up to her and saying, "Blah blah blah, you can't be going up to someone and distract." And Izuku just taps him on the shoulder and saying, "Dude, she's my friend. Like, we go to different schools together, but her father is sick, and we're going to go visit her shortly after this. How about you stop trying to, like, butt into people's business?" And Izuku looks like he got this angry glare at Ida right now and saying, because a hero should meddle in other people's business to save them, but not to hassle them. And Ida's like, he more pissed off. Uraka's just like, okay, I really hope you don't have a girlfriend. And if you do, how the fuck do I compete? And Izuku's just like, "Uraka-san, would you like to go to the front? Or would you just like to talk a little bit?" And Ida's just like, he walks off, pissed off. President Mike says, they say go. Izuku just, like, takes his hand out and he says, "Uraka, would you care to team up with me?" Uraka nods. because she's just like, yes, anytime I spend with you is like dreamland in reality. So yeah, and Izuku, he can do ki blasts. It's just he doesn't see the need to do ki blasts right now. So yeah, so he's destroying robots hella easy. Like he can just shoot one finger at, like, with a finger, like Goku Super Saiyan against Trunks, one finger to block all robots. And people see him just blocking these robot swings with just a finger. And then he just uses his free hand, throws a punch, stops like 5 inches before, but the air pressure created still destroys the robot. And yeah, if y'all know the punch scene with Meliodas and Bon in that Viso Sports Festival, it's one of those. Like, he's holding it down, he just throws a single punch, and it's like hella damage. So everyone's seen this. And yeah. And All Might is just like, ew, I might have to make that kid my successor. And Izuku's going to turn down this power because he know he don't need it. It ain't going to do shit to him. Sorry about that, guys. But no, things go down. And this time when the zero pointer starts rumbling the earth, Izuku is next to Uraka. And Uraka is getting a lot more points now because without her nauseous drawback, she is like understanding, holy shit, this is actually pretty cool. And they're both getting hero points because Izuku, since he can use one finger to stop any robot's punch, he stops him. Like whenever a kid can't handle it, Uraka will then have like the task of helping them if they're like on the ground. And Izuku's just like, okay, do you guys want me to break the robot? Do you need the point or what's good? And they like accept Izuku's help for saving them, and they thank Uraka. And yeah, that's going down. But no, the person who gets crushed is none other than Asui, and she screams out for help. Izuku sees this, and then he goes full power ki mode like this, and just dashes in. And everyone's seeing that, holy shit, was this kid holding back that much? And he was. Because it took him less than a second to cover half the distance of the city to get to Asui. Because, yeah. The zero pointer is right there. Izuku, like, just lifts up the rubble. Asui is just like, thank you. Thank you, sir. That sounded weird. Thank you. I can't. I'm trying to make it like more high pitched for a feminine, but I can't. I'm sorry, guys. Thanks for saving me. They sounded kind of country. Damn, I ain't trying to speak like no country man. Smoke me my Belo Ridge, drinking me some Coors Light. I'm fucking with y'all. I hate the taste of beer. I drink, I do, but it's like straight liquor. Not like mixed shit or like the wheat soda that is beer, because it's disgusting. Anyway, he saves Asui, and she's super thankful, by the way. Like, she is surprised. And then when she says, look out, the robot, Izuku's just like still in his like full energy mode. He lifts up one hand, and it starts radiating purple energy. And yeah, this is Kabba's move, the Gallic Cannon. He can shoot it with one hand, and he don't really need charge time. So he charges up the purple energy blast and just completely wipes out the robot. Like, total annihilation. There is nothing left of this robot. And everyone was just like, what in the entire fuck? This also like shows everyone he had the potential to destroy all the robots and not let anyone score points, but he didn't do that. He didn't want to hog everything. So yeah, Izuku's total score of destruction of villain points was a solid 100, and that's when he stopped destroying most robots, rather just offering people to help them with destroying the robot. And yeah, his hero points, however, are at 1,000 straight, because yeah, they all realize no, like this guy is elite shit. We need him. He's even better than All Might, which is something Aizawa said, and All Might's just like, the fuck you say? Man, you about to get it just smash in the face. And yeah. So yeah, that happens. Zero robots destroyed. Izuku looks at Asui, and he's saying, wow. He smiles at her. He's saying, you know, you have a very pretty face. Asui is, like, taken back because she was bullied most of her life for how she looks. And she's saying, do you really? Izuku nods his head. And what he does is he asks if she's hurt, saying her leg was crushed a little bit. Izuku, he powers down the dark energy, or it's just the glowing white energy. And then he just sticks his hand out and heals her. And heroes are still seeing what Izuku's doing. Everyone's still looking at the sky, waiting for the robot to fall. But it never came. Yeah. So the rumor spread about the Silver Boy. And yeah. And how he's pretty much the god among men. He does get Asui's number. And he offers her to, like, if you ever want to, like, work out together, I'd love to have a new sparring partner. And Asui's just nodding, saying, okay, thank you. And yeah, that happened. So, Uraka comes up to him, and she says hello to Asui, and Asui's just like, you two know each other? Sorry about that. Uraka's saying, we just met today. And she smiles, and she's like, I can't believe how strong you are, Charlotte. And Izuku's just like, oh, thanks, Uraka. I just train every day. I'm like, yeah. And they're like, every day? Yeah, my quirk demanded a high, strong body so it can handle all this power. So, yeah. Which in reality, he didn't need to physically train. He could have had a slender body like how Kaba was, but he wouldn't be as strong. So, yeah. And Izuku was aware of that. So he's just like, I can either do what I'm naturally gifted with, or I can just hone and iron that shit out until, like, I know I am unrivaled. And, yeah. So Izuku, he grabs Uraka. He tells her just to hop on his back. And he sends a text to his other three girls saying, he'll be right back. He's gonna take a friend to the hospital and heal their dad because he met a new friend. Well, he says he's met a couple new friends and he can't wait for all of them to hang out. And it's a group text to Audrio and Kendo too, because it's just La Squad. No, he says La Squadra because JoJo reference. And yeah, so that happens. Asui, like, thanks Izuku, and he's saying he looks forward to meeting her at UA, hopefully. Asui nods, and yeah, they're gone. And Uraka was surprised at how quick Izuku was able to get to the hospital. Because I'll say normally it's like a 3-hour drive or a 2-hour, like, train ride, but Izuku got there in like 5 minutes. And Uraka was fine because white energy was around her and protecting her because he can. Key armor. So yeah, he heals Uraka's dad, and he gets up, hugs his daughter. Uraka introduces his friend. He bows to her, saying his name is Charlotte Midoriya, and he's really glad to have met their daughter. And he goes to leave, saying, "Okay, Uraka." Um, he looks at Daddy and tells him, "If you ever get hurt again, just have Uraka text me, and I don't mind fixing you up." And then he just puts a finger to his lips, just don't tell them that I used my quirk without permission. Because it's not a quirk, but everyone's gonna call it a quirk. So yeah, for plot sake, I'll say like the sludge villain, before she was a villain, it was just a sludge woman. She was at the hospital trying to figure out how to get like her regular body back. And when they tell her there is no way, that's when she starts wreaking havoc everywhere. And Izuku, like, he's like, is walking up to her so calmly and asks her, "Ma'am, are you okay?" And this is the first time she's surprised because everyone thinks she's a man. And he says, "Ma'am," M-A apostrophe A-M. So yeah. And she's just like, "Beat it, kid. These doctors can't help and fix anything." And Izuku's just like, "Miss, if you need assistance, maybe I could offer you some." And she's like, "There's no way a kid like you could ever help me." And I'll say, like, she keeps the sludge face small. And Izuku's just like, I'd beg to differ. He walks up to her so nonchalantly. And I say she's just, like, not as, like, globby as the other sludge villain was. She tries to keep a humanish form, but it looks like she's always melting. And Izuku just goes in for a kiss. Despite her being, like, sludge, he kisses her. And the white aura that was around him glows around her and gives her a human form. And when he pulls away from her, he's just like, "Wow, you're much more beautiful than I would have imagined." She's blushing like a motherfucker. And I'll say she's 26. Yeah, it's about to go down. She thanks Izuku. And she does not know he's 14, but she offers him, like, anything to reward him. And she, like, says anything. And Izuku's just like, there is something I want to test out. And this is the whole, like, using his key to suppress his sperm cells. So he's saying, would you like me to go back to your place? And to make sure you don't turn back, like, he winks at her, because, yeah, she knows. And so Izuku's going off, and he's told his moms that he went to take a friend to the hospital to help heal their dad, and that he'll be home later, because now he has, like, a total of 5 hours to kill, because they're thinking he's doing bus ride, or, like, train ride, so he good. And I'll say she just lives, like, a block away, but Izuku's just like, "Here, hop on my back." She does. He flies her. They're there. And it's about to go fucking down. And if y'all wondering, I'm gonna make her look like Shizune. Just because, why not? She looks like Shizune. And so she also got tickled bitties. And she walks out in, like, a black lacy thong and an itty bitty bra. That's, like, 3 sizes too small, but it just looks fantastic. Izuku smiles, and he's just like, "Well, I'm excited." And here is the detailed part for y'all, because I need to do that for y'all. Damn it, my cigarette went out one more time. Look. Yeah, so what was I going with? Oh, yeah, it's time for the hanky-panky. So, Izuku undoes his white strap belt and lets his gi bottom fall. And I'm gonna say he gifted as a horse. It's a solid 14-inch long. And she's just like, "Oh my fucking god." And she, like, is instantly just, anime sage. I'm gonna have to watch that later. So she gives these Charlotte the sloppy toppy, the vacuum 9000, and he is just like, oh my god, oh my god, please don't stop. Yes. Oh, this feels so good. And she's just like smiling, saying, this is the least I can do for you. And like she like is like saying she's had that horrible sludge form for over 10 years now, and now that she actually has her body, she can't wait to see like all the physical things she can do. And Izuku smirks, and like he ain't telling her he's 14, because in his mental age he's in like his 20s, because one of the things that he did with Kusu is using her staff to make a room that accelerated time, but his body will not age because, you know, Saiyans, they keep their youthful look. So, to him, he's roughly aged up 10 years. So in his mind, he's 24. So that's why he's so nonchalant about everything. And Izuku then tells her to lay on her back so he can eat her out. And he tells her that she is his first, and that he is going to take his sweet time making sure he savors every taste of her body. And her body starts to quiver because she's just like, oh my god. Okay, I just got this body and it's about to get wrecked. And I'm gonna quote Goku when he's about to use that Kaioken. I got like, body don't fail me now. Oh fuck, I'm fucking horrible. So yeah, he starts eating her out and fingering her. And he does like just a simple like one finger, and it's technically all he needs, because yeah. He fingers her, eats her out. She comes about 2 times, like within a minute span, because Izuku doesn't get like, oh, her body is twitching and convulsing, and she's moaning out in ecstasy. I'm gonna continue doing what I'm doing, not knowing that like, yeah, she came. Give her like a minute because the sensitivity factor is high now, but he don't care. Well, he's not aware of it, so he just continues. And on the second time she comes, she squirts all over him, and she's just like, I'm sorry. And Izuku's just like, He licks his lips because it got on his face, and he's just saying, very refreshing. And he's just like, do you mind if I put it in? And he asks what's her name is, and she says her name is Shizune, because, yeah. And Izuku's just like, my first time is with the lovely woman, Shizune. And he bows to her right before, and he's saying, I go like, can I try something? Like, after a while. And she nods what? He's saying, once I get a good rhythm in, do you mind if I use my aura to, like, help me control my stamina? And she's just like, oh, sure, kid. Because now she's like, it never occurred to her, like, yeah, he can boost everything, can't he? So, he can. That's a good cigarette. Yeah, no, he puts it in, and oof, this man is trying to fit a banana. No, he's trying to fit a fucking watermelon through a straw, and it is tight as shit for my guy. And he even like thinks, they're like, holy hell, this is so amazing. And he's only like halfway in before she's just like, I can feel it so much. And Izuku's just like, I still have more to go. Like slowly thrusting into her. And now he's just like playing with her giant tits, because why not? He's very fascinated by them, because round objects like a moon make Saiyan go wild. Giggity giggity goo. Oh, oh, oh. Fuck. Sorry guys, but I'm trying to make this as fun as possible for y'all. So yeah, Izuku, he's giving her them good strokes, and like he gets about I'm gonna say 10 inches in before like she wraps her legs around him and just pulls him in all the way, and she's just like, oh my fuck, huh? Because she just came, and Izuku's just like, oh wow, like I knew, like, because it's convulsing now, and he's just like, oh my, oh wow, oh, 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 and like that last one, his ki just instantly powers up, and she feels it like as if it like the whole muscles expanding within her, so she felt it get wider within her, and she's just says fuck, because yeah, Izuku is then just starting to fuck the shit out of her. Like, he going harder, how can I put it? He gets 100 thrusts within the minute. Yeah. And she is just fucking losing her mind right now. Her mind is a blank. And she's just like, oh my fucking god, this is the best. Oh my god, don't stop, don't stop. Harder, harder, faster, faster. Fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I try not to bust out laughing at the scenes, but it's just hilarious to me. I'm sorry. Yeah. She's telling Izuku just like to keep on pounding that shit, and he's just going ham, bro. Like, and then he says he wants her to get on top, and like she does, and she tries to ride him, and Izuku's just like, oh, this feels so amazing. He slaps her ass and tells her he wants to fuck her while she's on top, and she's just like, please, and that happens too. I'm gonna light another one because this is gonna be a long ass video, and yeah. Sorry, guys. I had to light my cigarette. So no, Izuku's fucking the living fuck out of her when she's on top, and she's just like, holy shit, it feels like he's about to split me in half. And Izuku's just like, this is definitely something I did not expect today. And he tells her he's close, and she's just like, please, come inside me. And Izuku's just like, I was planning on it. And she just smiles and starts nibbling on his neck, because, yeah. Izuku comes, and she is just like, oh, oh, and falls, like on the side. And Izuku just pulls out slowly, and like, he filled her the fuck up. And yeah, so she's panting. Izuku's just like, that was fantastic. He tells her that he's not done. And when she looks around, she sees that he's still hard as shit. So no, yeah, she is just like, can you give me a minute? And he's saying, I go like, I don't know. I'm finding it very hard to control my lust right now. And he straight up looks at her and saying, like, he never, like, has ever been, like, so overwhelmed with the desire to fuck more now than ever. Which, she liking. She do. She ain't even fronting about it. Like, she's enjoying this too. And Izuku's just like, can I try fucking your ass? To which she is just like, yes, because she ain't trying to let this one go, bro. So she gets in the doggy style position, and she's just saying like to lube it up for her. And Izuku takes a bottle of lube, puts it over her ass, rubs it in, smacks it, and he likes how it jiggled, which made his dick twitch because he's like, oh shit. Is this my Saiyan instincts? Because, yeah. She moans out, like, in pleasure from the spanks. And so he puts his, rubs her asshole with his fingers. And then he puts the tip in and just lightly strokes it in. As she's just saying, oh my god. Fuck, guys. I'm trying not to laugh, so. Because I just find it as funny. Because, yeah. Izuku then proceeds to blow out the fuck out of her back. Because, yeah. And I'll say it was only like 4 hours that he was gone. And once he comes for the second time, he pulls it out and asks her to, like, taste his seed because he had already tasted her coming once. She nods, sticks out her tongue, and Izuku just puts it and shoots it all. And, yeah. She swallows his nut after, like, swishing it around in her mouth, playing with it. Because, she being freaky as fuck. She got a body now. She gonna let Izuku do whatever the fuck he wants with it. And his key control worked. There is no, like, swimmers inside of her womb. It's just the high glucose content of semen. So, yeah. She tells him how tasty he is, and he winks at her and saying, yeah, if you want to do this again, I'm more than happy to. She nods, saying she, will probably need a few days to recover. Izuku smiles and saying, okay. And, yeah, he leaves because he wants to, and he goes flying off. He lands in his room. I'll say, Mitsuki and, Anko were just in their room, chilling, watching TV, cuddled up together. There's no scenes with them, so don't worry about it. Because they're not part of this story. Like that. Izuku, he showers, he goes ready for bed, and 2 weeks go by, he gets his entrance letter exam with Principal Nezu welcoming Izuku himself. All Might then shows up saying, congratulations, kid. You are the number one, and, you are the number one in the entrance exam, and you will be the class representative of 1A. Izuku smiles and saying, cool. And, here's the thing. Reiko got a higher score than in canon, so she's in 1A, and I'm bumping out Mineta. And some of the characters that were guys are now girls. And, yeah. President Mike is... Not President Mike, but Aizawa is still going to be a dude. So, yeah. And that goes on. And let's see, what else can I do? Because, like, with my what ifs, I'm trying to, like, not have things and elements that I've had in other stories into that. But, y'all know, sometimes I can't help but references. True. Izuku, yeah, fuck it. He goes to UA, and the other girls were waiting for him. And they don't know about Izuku being have already losing his virginity. But yeah, and I'll say during the 2 weeks he fucked Shizune 3 more times, getting his experience up much better. And it's pretty much the same as how the other scene, the previous night was. Like, so yeah. What else? I'll say Kusu sent him a message saying she's happy that he got into the school. Izuku smiles and saying, "Thanks, Kusu." And she nods, saying what is it? That she watched what he did with that sludge woman, and Izuku's just like, wow, that's kind of strange, Mom. You watched me, and then she's saying, "Oh no, not all of it, just you healing her," and then she felt gratitude, and I pretty much cut off from there. So yeah. Yeah, Izuku, he goes into 1A, and the girls that knew him all run up to him, hugging him, and Kendo's also in 1A. No. Ojiro's in 1B. 1B. Because he has to transfer to 1B so he can be with Kendo. And Pony gets moved up to 1A. So when she comes in and she speaks English, Izuku speaks to her. And she's surprised. And everyone was surprised because, like, they knew he knew some languages, but, like, they didn't know to the extent of what. Because he said he studied a lot of other things. And, yeah. So, Pony, she's excited to talk to Izuku, and all the girls are kind of, like, jealous now because now he can have private conversations with her. And he kind of does. And Izuku compliments her on her horns and how cute she looks, how she's a cute-ass blonde. And she smiles. And, yeah. No, when Aizawa enters, just when it's 8, like a minute before 8, Izuku looks over to the desk and saying, "Sir, should we sit down now? Class is about to start." Aizawa just, like, gets up and he's saying, "Huh? Did you notice me?" And Izuku nods. Damn it, I'm not trying to do that. I'm just trying to, like, tap it, so, yeah. Izuku nods saying, "Yeah, I could sense your energy." And Aizawa was like, "Huh? Is that one of the things of your quirks?" And Izuku nods. And he throws Izuku the ball and tells him, "Alright then, kid. You scored number 1 in the entrance exam. We're going to go do quirk application test." Izuku gets number 1, and everyone's canon places the same kind of. Pony, her quirk is slightly better than most people, so yeah. And Ida's like, when he sees him, he wants to fight him right away. But ain't shit that he can do. Because it would be him starting the fight, so he's in the wrong. So Izuku, yeah. Oh wait, when it comes to the whole changing into the sports costumes, like the sports outfit, his he ripped off the sleeves, and when he walked out, he was in like pretty much a tank top-esque thing, and I was just like, "Did you rip off the sleeves?" And Izuku's just saying, "Yeah, the shirt was too tight around my shoulders. I wouldn't be able to throw this ball as efficient as you'd probably want me to." Yeah, he also gets infinity because he chucked that shit. And he didn't even fully power up. He just had the white aura in through it. And Aizawa was about to tell him not to hold back, but when he saw it got infinity, he's just like, "You know what? I can't tell him to go more. He already got infinity, and he was holding back still. Fuck. This kid is stronger than All Might, probably." He's thinking this because he's still holding back. And All Might, he can't get an infinite score. He can't. He get into like maybe the high 100,000s, but definitely not infinity. So yeah, Izuku is pretty happy of himself at passing number 1. And hold up, sorry about that, guys. I had to go take a leak real quick because bladder. Yeah. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, Izuku got number 1 in the quirk application test. Aizawa didn't do the whole threatening to expel anyone, and that feels great. Wait, let me see. Oh yeah, huh? Since Bakugo wasn't born, the no, his spot was taken by Reiko. Yeah. Never mind. And everyone was like astounded, and yeah, so he already has his cool little girls with him. Crew of girls, not little girls. Let me like retcon that shit real quick. Yeah. Let's see. I'm gonna say all the girls like want to work out with Izuku right now. So Reiko, Suyu, Mina, Hagakure, and Uraka, they're all asking Izuku if like they can like train with him, and Izuku's just saying, sure, why not? And the other girls are just like, he already knows all them? What the fuck? What was I about to say? Yeah, the only girl he hasn't kissed yet is Suyu. And, like, the other 4 girls are aware that he's kissed, that he even kissed Uraka because Uraka says he had that. So Suyu kind of looks bummed out than the most. Izuku picks up on this, and he goes up to her, tilts up her chin, and then he also gives her a kiss. And Suyu is, like, her eyes widen, and then, like, she closes them. And, yeah, when he pulls away from Suyu, he's just like, I'm sorry. I didn't know you also wanted one. The other girls are just like, really? Damn. And let me see what else. No. Now they just pretty much all train, like, trying to fight Izuku. And he's helping Uraka, like, learn some basic fighting skills so she can be better suited. Because Izuku says, yeah, martial arts are a fun thing to have as a backup for when your quirk isn't always available. So techniques can sometimes, and he says techniques can triumph power, but if you combine technique with power, your potential is unlimited. So yeah, I'm gonna say like the other girls all picked up like basic like kickboxing from him. So they're like the other 3 because they've already trained with him for like 4 years. So yeah, the very next day when All Might walks in and saying we're going to be doing pair battles, hero versus villains, all the girls like instantly rush to Izuku, hoping to be his partner. The guys are pissed, and there's not really that like, yeah. Excuse me. The guys are low key pissed, but fuck they gotta do. So yeah, one of the changes I made is Todoroki's now a chick, and Endeavor only had girls. So Dabi's a woman, and Todoroki's other brother, I want to say his name was Natsu. He's also a chick. So yeah. that happened. Who do I want him to be paired up with? Well, no, All Might saying, calm down, women. Hold your horses, young ladies. The partners are picked up at random. And all the girls are just like, damn it. The guys are just like, all right, if I get paired up with him, I have to outshine him or something. Which won't happen. So, I'll say, fuck it. The team is Charlotte Midoriya and Momo Yaoyorozu versus Aoyama and Ida. Because why not? The other girls are like jealous of Momo, and Momo's just like, he's hot, but I don't get what's the big deal about him. Well, she gets it, like he's super powerful, but like, there's no way he's like not arrogant about it, is what she's thinking. Because, yeah. No. Izuku and Momo, like, they talk. And she asks Izuku what his quirk is. He's saying, my quirk is called Heavenly Key, and it lets him do, like the energy within him. He manipulates it and lets him enhance his strength. He can fly and shoot out energy blasts. And then if he wants to, he could also use his energy to heal people. Which is something he can do. Because, yeah. And Momo's just like, oh, wow. You have a pretty powerful quirk. And then Izuku's just like, yeah, but the downside was if I didn't train my body, the power would kind of break my body, you know? Momo just starts looking at him. Oh, wait, yeah, hero costume. He's dressed like this. Momo starts looking at him and is just like, okay. Izuku's just like, he starts looking at his suit and he's saying, do you not like it? I modeled it after battle armor, so yeah. Like, the only purpose it serves is just to protect his his physical body. And, yeah. She asked about the tail, and he's saying, oh, it's something he got from his dad. Like, his dad didn't have it, but his great-granddad did, so I guess it just reappeared with me. He even, like, spins it and moves it, and shows he has total control over it. And, let's see. I'm trying to think. Momo and Izuku, like, Momo's just keep on staring at his body. And Izuku's just like, Momo, right? She nods. And he's just, like, seeing her look at his body. Do you want to feel my muscles or something? Because, I mean, yeah, you can constantly look, but you not saying anything kind of makes me feel like I'm not talking to anyone. And he has his hand out, like, grabs Momo's, and he lets her feel his, like, abs. He lifts up the armor, and she's just like, holy shit. You could grate cheese on this. But no, yeah, she's just like, holy shit, you could grate cheese on this. Yeah. The battle begins, and Izuku and Momo are just walking in nonchalantly. And Momo's just like, how do we find the bomb? And Izuku's just like, oh no, I already found them. Like, I can sense their energy, remember? He points out what room they're at, and he's saying, let's go beneath it. It should be the easiest way. And so they do. And Momo's just like, she goes into how her quirk works. Izuku's just like, that is really cool. And Momo's just like blushing because compliments. Yeah. Whew, fuck, I'm cold. Alright then. No. It's just barely about to be 7. Damn. Anyway, I'm going back to the story now, kids. Izuku and Momo, they find, like, they're underneath the floor. And Izuku's just like, okay, I sense Ida in that position and Aoyama in that one. I'm going to smash through the bottom and then try, and from that point on, I want you to throw one of your knockout gas containers, because also she has it, so. Well, not knockout one, just like some like police, like the cop gas. What is it called? Not mustard gas, just like she throws a smoke bomb pretty much after Izuku breaks the wall. She throws it in. It fills up with smoke. Aoyama and Ida can't see shit right now, so all they hear is Hero Team wins, and that's it. Because what had happened as Izuku grabbed, like no, after he broke the floor, him and Momo got up, and Izuku is pretty much using his aura to push away the smoke, so him and Momo can see just fine. They get the bomb, and yeah, they're surprised because it wasn't even a fight at all. It was just so peacefully. And Izuku's just like, yeah, I knew we could win without hurting them, so might as well. Yaoyorozu's just like, holy shit, this gets cool. And yeah, what is it? Izuku then asked Momo if she would ever like to train with him, because he's fascinated by her quirk, and he'd love to see her like train it up with him. Yaoyorozu blushes and saying, sure, I would love to join you, Charlotte. And Izuku's just like, oh, you can call me Shao. That's what my friends call me. And so yeah, she's like that. This is when Kirishima warms up to him because he's just like, dude, how strong are you? And then Izuku's just like, I trained my whole body ever since I was like 4. So yeah. To him it's 20 years, but to everyone he just looks like it's like 10 years because he's 14. Yeah, I'm gonna say something pops up for Uraka, so she had to go home. And Suyu got a text from her mom saying that if she could watch the kids, well, because her and her dad are gonna be late. So they leave. Reiko, Higakari, and Mina, they, what is it? I'm gonna say they wanted to train with Izuku, but they also had other shit to do, so Izuku and Momo are pretty much alone. And I'll say Momo invites him over to Yaoyorozu's estate to train because she has like a small dojo room where she can work out. And yeah. So Momo pretty much, how she asks Izuku how does she want to train with him. And Izuku's just like, well, how good are you at hand-to-hand combat? She's just like, I'm decent, I guess. Because her father made her take weapons training classes with all the things she could create. So Izuku's just like, okay, let's go from there. He's just like, I want to see like physical capabilities, and from there I can pretty much help polish up what needs to be polished. Momo blushes and agrees. And for like 30 minutes, they're doing sparring, and every time Momo throws a punch, Izuku's blocking it with his tail. And Momo is just like, how strong is your tail? And Izuku's just like, probably like as half as strong as one of my actual arms or legs is. And she's surprised because, fuck. Yeah. They go. Izuku says he has to leave because it's time for dinner. Yaoyorozu's saying, oh, would you not like to stay? Because she doesn't want him to leave. Izuku's just like, let me just call my mom's real quick and ask them if I can, like, eat at your place, if it's cool, because, yeah. So he texts them. They're saying, yeah, sure, it's fine. Just, be safe. So Izuku and Momo, he has dinner with Momo's family. They meet him. They're surprised that he's only 14 because he a giant in a sense. Hold on. Where was I going with this? Fuck. Nah, it was pretty much it. There's no more I can go into. Like, they had a nice dinner. Izuku goes home. they're doing the class representatives, and it was a astounding, like, all females voted for Izuku. And yeah, Izuku's just like, oh, I humbly accept. Thank you all for believing in me. But Ida's more pissed off because he's like, not only did I not get to fight his ass, but now he got the job that I wanted. That ain't fair. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. I hate him. And that happens. I'm gonna say he has another scene with somebody. Who? Yeah, no. I'll say like everyone was happy, and then Pony, like, she looks sad. And when Izuku asks why she's sad, she's just like, I my ride didn't come for me. And she has to go like almost on the other side of town. Which Izuku's saying, well, how about I walk with you? And everyone's just like the other girls are just like, wait, no, Izuku, we wanted to spend time with you, type shit. But they're not saying it because they know like he's a good guy, so yeah. Pony like nods, saying she's so happy and she's really glad that he could speak English because her Japanese isn't the best. Which Izuku's saying, I can tutor you. I'd like to. I go like, he smiles at her and Pony just blushes and she hugs Izuku. And Izuku hugs her back and he's saying, aw, you're really sweet, aren't you, Pony? Pony just blushes again. And she's just really happy she has a new friend. Yeah. I hope y'all are ready for this one. Izuku! He goes with Pony. They enjoy their talk. And what can I say? I say a villain just happens to like try and mug them. Well, villains, like, not villains, like just like a group of thugs. Like, they like are holding Pony and saying if Izuku doesn't want her to get hurt, then he'll just empty out his pockets. To which Izuku gives him that scowl look, and he's saying, yeah, I'm giving you like 2 seconds to let go of my friend before I break you. They're laughing, and then Izuku just speeds blitzed them, one-shotting all of them. Pony is just like, oh my god, you're so strong. And she's just like, thank you for saving me. And Izuku's just like, oh, I'd never let anything happen to you. I'd rather, like, lose one of my arms than lose a friend. Pony blushes because she's just like, oh, how sweet and how kind of him. I'm gonna go back to this one because it's easier. Pony invites Izuku in, and when there's no one there, Pony says she's gonna hop in the shower, and she wants Izuku to wait for her real quick. Izuku's just like, sure, why not? So he just chills. 10 minutes go by, and he's just like, I could use a drink. So he just walks to the fridge, opens and just grabs a water bottle. And he hears the shower turn off. And then he hears Pony yell that she needs his help with something. And Izuku's just like, shit, okay. So when he goes to the bathroom, he knocks. And Pony's saying, no, come down the hall. She's in her room. And Izuku's just like, huh. So when he walks in, he sees Pony still naked. And she's just like, and she runs up to Izuku. And Izuku's just like, Pony, you're, and then she nods and saying she wants to thank Izuku. And that seeing him take down those guys, she thought it was insanely hot. And I'm gonna say she's not a virgin in this one. She had lost her virginity in the States to her boyfriend, but they broke up when she came over. And that was another reason why she's sad, because he called her like a traitor for leaving to Japan. But yeah. Izuku's just like, wow, I kind of want to punch your ex now. Pony laughs and saying, aw, you're sweet. And Izuku's just like, well, are you sure you want to do this, Pony? Like, he looks at her, and she nods, and Izuku's just saying, okay, he takes a deep breath in, and he looks at her, and he's saying, okay. He tilts up her face, and he starts making out with Pony, and Pony's small tail is, like, moving. Izuku then wraps his tail around Pony, bringing her closer, and it's time for some bedroom sparring. And main reason why I'm having him in this suit is because, yet again, no Saiyan battle armor. So, yeah. Izuku and Pony are making out for a minute. Pony, like, takes off Izuku's shirt and starts licking his chest, kissing him everywhere. And Izuku is undoing his pants. And when he, like, lets it fall, Pony is just like, you have a monkey tail and a horse dick. And Izuku is just like, oh, that's funny. He starts laughing because, like, he never once thought of that, but Pony made him laugh, so that's a thing. Oh, pop my neck. Feels great. So Izuku motions for Pony to get on the bed, and he tells her to, to get on her knees and to lift her ass up in the air. And Izuku starts eating her out, eating it from the back, and Pony is just like, yes, don't stop, Charlotte. Oh, your tongue feels so good. Oh, shit. I'm trying not to laugh, but it's just too funny. Anyway, Pony's just like, yes, Izuku, your tongue feels so good. Keep licking. And Izuku starts, sucking on her clit now, and yeah, she comes, and Izuku is just licking up her love nectar, and Pony is panting when Izuku grabs her horns, lifts her up, and she's just, like, she lets out a moan because Izuku, like, he getting ready. Like, he puts, he sets him, he's in position, and he tells Pony, if it's too much for her, let him know, and he can dial back his, how deep he's going in with his strokes. To which Pony just, like, shakes her head and saying, no, go ahead, like, just, he can put it all the way in, just be gentle with the first strokes until, like, her body is more adjusted to it. And Izuku's just like, okay, Pony. So he, starts, like, rubbing the outside of her pussy with his dick, like, getting it, like, so he's lubed up with her, juices. I'm so glad I don't believe in God, because this would be hard as fuck to explain to him why. Like, why'd you go to hell? Why are you here? You're supposed to be in hell. What you mean? I saw what you did on YouTube. He says, bruh, I'm just speaking. Nah, anyway, back to the story. Izuku, he slowly sticks in the tip, which makes Pony's body quiver. And Izuku is just like, oh, this feels tighter than, Shizune's. Because petite frame, compact. I said nothing. Anyway, Izuku starts slowly stroking into Pony, like grabbing her by the waist now, because he's just trying to be gentle. When he gets about halfway in, Pony is just like saying, fuck, oh my god, Izuku, it's so big. And, like, Izuku is just like, thank you. And he asks Pony if she's ready for, like, deeper strokes. She nods, saying please. Well, she begs. please. Which Izuku starts going in more and more deeper in her. And Pony is just like, oh fuck. Oh fuck. Don't stop. I love it so much. Keep going. Oh my god. Oh my god. Shit like that. And Izuku is just like enjoying himself going faster into Pony. And like she says she's coming when she makes Izuku grab her her horns as he like puts it all the way in. Like yeah. And so she convulses on his thing. And it makes Izuku feel amazing because yeah. Izuku is just telling Pony he's about to make the strokes harder, and that if like just let him know, like if it's too much, say shit before like he gets lost in his ecstasy and lust, because he even tells Pony he is adoring her figure, the slender frame, the tight fit, and just yeah. Fuck. Okay. About to go in this. Fuck. Okay, so my cigarette went out again. But my other one, so second cigarette. Fuck. Okay. So Izuku is starting to pick up thrusting speed and going deep and like actually fucking the absolute living hell out of Pony. And yeah, Pony is, her mind is going blank, and Izuku is just like constantly thrusting into her, smacking her ass. On occasions, he pulls her tail, which makes it like squeeze it super tightly because it's a sensitive area for to be touched. So yeah, eventually Izuku, like when he says he's close to coming, Pony's saying to go ahead and release it inside of her because she want it. To which Izuku is just saying, okay, he's gonna start powering up, which Pony's saying, what? So Izuku's lightly letting his white aura surround his body, like getting a more calmer control, because that's one thing he practiced with Shizune, is how to properly use his aura while fucking. Because, yeah, it's like a whole new boost of it, so yeah. Pony starts to feel like the energy radiating off of Izuku's body and how it makes his dick feel all tingly inside of her. So Izuku's picking up speed, going harder and faster, and he starts moaning to like Pony, like that this is fuck. No, what is it? I just had it. Okay, I got it again. Oh god, yes, Pony. This feels amazing. Oh my god. Pony. Oh my god, I'm so close. I'm about to come. I'm gonna come. And he nuts. He nuts inside of her. And Pony is just like, ah. That sounded really weird. But yeah, no. Pony being filled up. And Izuku, like, when he, like, nuts, he forces it all the way in. And keep in mind, he's using key control right now, so no swimmers, no kids on this one. But Pony is getting filled the fuck up. And Izuku starts panting. And he's not pulled out yet. And Pony is just like barely clinging on to consciousness. When Izuku's saying, okay, Pony, I am so sorry. When she asks, what does he mean? He hooks her legs and then puts her in a full Nelson from doggy style, and then just lifts her up and then proceeds to fuck the ever living hell out of her again. And Pony is just like, I was not expecting another round so soon, but pretty much already tapped out, and so yeah, she's just letting Izuku go. So she's just constantly moaning and groaning, just like, "Don't stop, Izuku. Keep coming inside me. I love how you feel. Your huge dick feels so amazing. Oh, like, I'm so surprised my tight little hole can fit it in." Okay, I had to stop after that one. I I was about to start laughing because fuck, that one was just too much. But fuck. Alright then. Izuku's going still, like, fucking the ever absolute shit out of Pony. And now his aura is going even higher. Like, now he has that basic inner white aura. And yeah, he's unintentionally fixing one of the flaws of Pony's quirk. And that's the time process of her horns growing. It's pretty much going to be the equivalent speed of, I think his name was Kimimaru, when he grows out his bones. It's just like they're instantly right there again. So yeah, he also made the horns stronger. So yeah, her horns now, when shot out, can easily just pierce through steel. So that's a thing. Since it, like, a 4-inch steel wall, and they'll go through, but like anything more and it might get stuck, like, in the hole, but it still pierces the metal to some degree. So yeah, Izuku comes again inside of her, and Pony is panting because this time Izuku does put her down and pulls out, and like all of it is just like flowing out of Pony, and Pony is just like, "Izuku, not Izuku, Shallot." And Shallot, he just lays in bed next to Pony, cuddling her up, and he's just like, he's kissing her on the neck and sucking on her titties now, like, because he wants to. And Pony's just like, "Yeah, he's just gonna keep on making me come now, isn't he?" Which he is. Like, he doesn't fuck her again. Now he's just like playing with her body, and it's enough to make her come one more time. And yeah, Pony pretty much passes out after that, and Izuku's just like, "Where's her shower?" So he showers, and Pony, like, oh yeah, he doesn't know where it is. He just thought of it, like, real quick. He showers, and he goes back to check on Pony, who's asleep, and he nudges her. Pony looks up, smiles at Izuku, and saying, like, "I think you blew out my hips, because I can't even feel my legs." To which Izuku's just like, "Oh, uh, not really sorry about that, Pony. You're way, 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 like, tighter than he ever imagined." And he himself had doubts that he could fit, but he's glad he did. To which Pony's saying, "Yeah, you can do this whenever." Like, and she just like, Izuku's just like, "Okay." Like, he goes to where her hips are at, puts some of his ki in, and to heal her, but she's still going to be limping tomorrow at school. But not as bad, because now it's just the soreness. So yeah. Yeah, because Izuku was not aware that the soreness, like, he only healed the hips, not like a full heal. So yeah. The very next day, Izuku walks into class. He's there in class early, and Aizawa wanted to talk to Izuku about, like, what was it? Fuck. Yeah, no, he's asking Izuku what all did he do for training, and Izuku is telling him how many, like, he's done the martial arts, like, on very different levels, and that he's trained some of the students now, like, a little bit, like the beginner classing, in a sense, of how to use, like, martial arts properly. And yeah. So yeah, the girls are coming in and they're like happy to see Izuku. Kirishima actually goes up to Izuku and starts asking him, like, "Hey, bro, like, you said you did all your training, right? And that's how you got super strong with your quirk?" And Izuku's just like, "Yeah." And Kirishima shows him his hardening thing, and he's saying, like, "Do you think you can help me, like, work out my quirk?" And Izuku smiles and saying, "Sure, I'd love to." And yeah, that happened. Fuck. I'm gonna stop it here because the next arc will be the USJ arc. And from there, I'll cover Sports Festival. And fuck. You know what? No, I got like 15 minutes. I'll have him fuck a teacher now. Which one? Nah, he doesn't fuck a teacher. He fucks a hero. I know which one too. Yeah, I know which one. Okay, so the day goes pretty much as normal. And when Pony walks in, everyone's seeing that she's like walking with a limp. And when she sees Izuku, she turns beet red. And this is enough for all the girls to realize Izuku just fucked her. What the hell? And Izuku asks Pony, how she's doing. He's sorry that their sparring went more extreme. And Pony's just like saying, no. She can't wait for their next sparring session. And Aizawa picked up on this, and he's saying, shall it? And he's like, he looks up, and he's saying, what does he say? What? It's not really my business, but next time you do some sparring, some midnight sparring, try not to, like, make your classmates totally immobile. And Izuku's just like, oh, shit. Even the teacher knew. Izuku's just like, yeah. His hand glows white, and a small wave of energy goes to where Pony is, and now she's walking just fine. And Izuku's just saying, Pony, you should have told me that I didn't heal you enough last night. And Pony's just like, I could walk, and she thought it'd be fine, but she didn't want to trouble Izuku. And the guys pretty much picked up on that Izuku already clapped the foreign girl. So, yeah. School goes normal. They all do their classes and shit. And Izuku, when they go out to ask him, like, what is he gonna do today? He's saying, oh, I actually have something planned. They're all, like, looking at him, like, and what is that? Izuku's saying he's gonna spend time with his two moms. They never actually got a full chance to celebrate him getting into UA. So they were gonna go out to eat together. And, yeah. They're all like, oh, okay. And Momo, she says you do eat a lot, which Pony is just like, he does. Momo looks and Pony look at each other because what they say, yes, has a double side to it. And yeah. So things go smoothly. Inko and Mitsuki, they do get buzzed while eating because they're drinking. And Izuku can drive, and yeah. Also, he already has a permit because why not? They wanted him to have it. So Inko and Mitsuki, they're drunk, and Izuku's just like having fun with his two moms. They're eating, and this is where a hero was off duty, and she's like at the bar herself just drinking. And yeah. Let's see what happens. I'll say a bar fight happens between a few people, and right as the hero was about to like step up, but she's also kind of drunk, Izuku tells them to quiet down, please. And the guys then go to Izuku saying, do you wanna, and then Izuku stares at them, gives them that look, and then they're all like they're just scared as shit. They leave, and the hero sees him, and she's gonna talk to him later because yeah. As they're leaving, yeah, what else? No, like they're paying. The hero walks up to him and saying, "Are you a hero? Are you new? I have not seen you around." Izuku smiles and saying, "I go to UA actually," and that's all she heard. So she's like, "Okay, so he's a student." Um, what do I do? The moms are looking at the hero. They recognize her. They ask for autographs, and she does because she's cool. Um, this is one of the heroes who take being hero seriously, and she thought she was undeserving of her spot one time because she failed to save somebody. If y'all know who this is, y'all good. Y'all catching on quickly. I have not described it, but I described one thing of her. So yeah. Where was I going with this? Fuck. So Inko and Mitsuki are saying we can call a cab, like all slurred because they're not really fully paying attention. Because then they say, Izuku, this is a hero. You should talk with her. Me and your mom will get a cab home. And Izuku's just like, are you sure? And they're like, yeah, you can drive. We trust you. And so yeah, they leave. They get the taxi and everything. This is when the hero's saying, would it be too much of a hassle for you to take me back to my place? I've also been drinking, and it'd be bad for a hero to leave. She's saying she'll pick up her car tomorrow. Izuku's just saying, okay, sure. They go to her apartment, and Izuku helps her, and she lays on the bed, and she's wearing a authentic red Chinese dress. She asks Izuku like what his quirk is. He goes into his details and everything. The hero is saying, "Oh, that's so cool. Have you decided who to internship with?" And he's just like, "No." He's thought of like other agencies, and there's a lot to choose from. And this hero being slightly enamored and never asked for his age. She begins to she stands up and she stumbled a bit. She's just saying, "Do you mind helping me with my um dress?" She's saying. And Izuku's just like, "Hmm?" And she just turns around and she's saying she can't get the zipper. If he can just do it partially, she'd be really grateful because she wants to change into her sleeping wear. And Izuku's just like, "Oh, sure." So he he unzips her dress just slightly, just down to where it's in between her shoulder blades. And she says, hold up." She places a hand on him, and she takes off her heels, and she's on so she can walk normally. And Izuku's just like, he says "Miss" because I don't want to give out the name yet. "Miss, do you want? I can go now, since you're pretty." And she's saying, "No, no, no, no. I still want to talk to you and convince you to join my agency when the time comes." And Izuku's just like, don't you need to change into your sleepwear?" And she's saying, "Oh yeah, huh?" So she just completely removes her dress, and she only has panties under, no bra. And Izuku's just like, "Miss, um, you're exposing yourself." And she's just saying, "Oh, this is how I sleep though." And she shows off her red lacy thong, and she's saying, "Do you not like the underwear?" And she turns around, and he sees the ass, and he's just like, "Oh, I want to spank it." And he goes like, mm. And when she hears that, she just bends over in front of him and begins to remove the underwear. And then Izuku's just like, "Miss?" And she's just saying, she like starts shaking her ass in his face. Well, not shaking it, but just slowly moving it in side to side seductively. And she's saying, I said I'm trying to convince you to join my hero agency, remember? Izuku then puts two and two together, and he's just like, oh, okay. And then she asks, do you have a hero name? And Izuku's just like, uh, no. Oh, and she's just like, oh, you have to think of something. And comment what y'all want his hero name to be. Izuku's just saying, you can just call me Shallot. And she's just like, okay. But while we do this, refer to me as Dragon Hero Ryu. And Izuku's just nodding. And he's saying, yes, Miss Ryuk. As he then goes down on his knees. And she's just like, what are you? And he starts licking her pussy from the back. And once he gets like 3 licks in, she pretty much just like grabs his face and shoves it back in there. And she's telling him, come on, be a good boy and lick it clean. Lick it all up. Fuck. Alright, what y'all about to hear is a Red Bull opening. Because I'm still tired. And I know energy drinks and smoking are really bad for me. But it is what it is. And what was I about to say? Fuck. Alright, then I was looking for this fan art picture of Ryuk that I saw, and I'm like, yeah, it works. It works. Where was I? So yeah, no, she pushes his face into her back side, pretty much. And what Izuku does to respond is to grab both of her cheeks, grip it, and then just start eating more aggressively. Because he's saying, yes, ma'am, as you wish, Lady Ryuk. Ryuku, I think? Because Ryuk is the Shinigami of death. Y'all know. He's eating out the dragon hero from the back right now. And she is fucking loving Izuku's tongue game right now. Izuku, eventually sticks his tongue inside of her, which, he's not done yet, so to him, he's just like, well, let me see how this works. And he does, so now he's actually tongue fucking the hole. And Ryuk is, like, quivering, because she even says she's coming, to which Izuku, just saying, that's fine, he's just going to continue to lick and suck on her, so she does. Izuku, like, laps up all of her cum, pulls her to the side, and then just, like, tongue kisses her. And then he starts to share the cum that came out of her pussy pretty much with her. And she's just moaning, like, wildly. She feels Izuku's dick get hard. And she is like, holy shit, kid. Like, is that? Yeah. And he's just like, yeah, it's me. And she just, like, gets a devilish grin. And then she's saying, holy shit, you might just break me. And Izuku's saying, I can heal you afterwards, so I don't think that'd be too much of a problem. And when she hears this, she's like, oh my god, yes. And she's like telling him, be rough as fuck. Because I would say it's just been like 2 months since she's had it in, and her sexual drive is, she's been frustrated, you know? So, yeah. So Izuku obliges, and the only difference is when he puts it in, he's like holding Ryuk. Hold up. I mean, like, fuck, what was it? Fuck. I lost my train of thought. No, he's fucking Ryuk. Right. The dragon hero. What position? It's just pretty much like the lift up position, you know? Like, her legs are wrapped around his waist, he's grabbing her from the ass, just deep stroking the shit out of it, pounding the absolute ever fuck out of Ryuk, and she is digging her nails into his back, and Izuku's just like, for some reason, I'm enjoying the sensation of pain with pleasure. And yeah, Ryuk is just like, yelling at the top of her lungs, "Oh my fucking god! It's so fucking huge! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god!" You know, shit like that. And she starts, like, aggressively, like, she's squirting on the dude, like, non-stop, pretty much. And Izuku's just like, this feels so amazing, because the convulsions. Ryuk even, like, fuck. She's even, what was I about to say? No, like, Izuku, yeah, she's pounding the ever-living fuck out of her, and she's coming, like, so much on him, that, like, from this position, he pretty much, it's the legs up position, you know, when, like, her legs are on his shoulder, like, she's on her back, like, she's on the couch now, and he's at an angle, like, where diagonal strokes, because it's kind of cradle fucking, you know? Not the package fuck, but the cradle fuck. So, yeah, Ryuk is just non-stop, like, just telling Izuku to, like, fill her up with cum. Like, and, like, she needs to be filled up with his cum. Like, she is begging, panting, and they do share a lot of, like, passionate tongue kisses. And Izuku is, he powers up, like, all the way. White aura and black aura all combining. Because Izuku is just like, yeah, no, she said to go all out. I'm gonna go all out. This, expansion of his muscles and schlong while inside Ryuk pretty much causes her to go into, like, how can I put it? It pretty much activates her body's, like, the gigantic side of her quirk to be in a heat-esque, like, state now, where her reproductive organs are starting to get really fired up right now. And she's even telling Izuku that, like, if he comes in her, that she might get pregnant, and, like, she's squeezing her thighs around him. Not her thighs, her legs around his head, because that's the position they were in. And she's just telling him to fill her up, that, she wants to have the baby. And Izuku is just like, if it doesn't work this time, then let's do it again. Ryuk is nodding in agreement, like, yeah, but I'd be surprised if I didn't. And Izuku's just like, I hope it doesn't, so I can do this again. Ryuk is like, okay, kid, you have a good point there. Which he does. And he is using, like, the reason why he's saying, like, he wants to do this again if it doesn't work is because he knows she's not gonna get pregnant. But he's not telling her that. So, yeah. And Izuku is, like, in a sense, falling in love with Ryuk right now. So, because that's what he does. He will fall in love with every single woman he will fuck. So, well, not fall in love, but loves all of them that he fucks. So, yeah. Once Izuku finally comes inside of Ryuk, which, it sends her over the top, she lets out, like, a gigantic roar of pleasure. And Izuku is just like, holy shit, this is turning me on even more. Ryuk is just, like, down for the count now, because, yeah. And Izuku even realizes that when he nutted, it was, like, almost half of his entire supply, which he didn't know would happen so easily. So he literally felt his ki drop like a motherfucker. So after this one, it went soft because he's just like, okay, now I need time to recharge. And so when he fills up Ryuk, he falls on top of her, panting too. And like, yeah, she pretty much just puts Izuku on her chest, like his face on her breasts. And Izuku just starts rubbing his face on them, saying they're so soft and pillowy. He looks up, like, to stare at her tits, and he just starts sucking on one of the nipples and pinching the other one, while Ryuk is just like, oh my god, I already came, kid. Why do you have to make me feel so good? Oh my god. And she even says, okay, now I also hope I don't get pregnant from this first run. And yeah, Izuku is just like, I can't wait to do this with you again. And he goes and gives her one last kiss on the lips, as he's saying, can you use her shower? Eventually he has to go home, so Ryuk begrudgingly lets him leave the night, but she's saying that they have to keep in touch. And Izuku's just like, yeah, sure. If you ever need me, I'll be in class 1A. Ryuk, hearing this, realizes, I just fucked a 14-year-old. I might go to jail. And then she's just like, no way, he's 14. There's no fucking way he's 14. Not with a dick like that. 14 inches, yes, but no. Izuku is just like, he kisses her on the forehead and saying, yeah, I get that me being 14, the age of 14, seems bad, but he even says, the amount of training I've done really, and like his knowledge of how he like was studying all this research, he says, like, if anything, he's 24, which Ryuk is just like, I don't even care. I'll let you fuck me whenever, kid. Just, oh my god, don't ever pull out. Izuku smirks and he's saying, yeah, he wasn't ever going to ever do that in the first place. Ryuk's just like, so if I told you not to come in me, you would have? And Izuku's just nodding. Yeah, because it felt too good not to. And Ryuk is just like, she goes to sleep happy on the couch. And before Izuku leaves, he pretty much like puts a blanket on her and lets her sleep it off. And yeah, tomorrow, USJ, because that happens. I hope y'all enjoy a 2-hour and 8-minute video. Yeah, I hope I was able to cover enough for y'all. I apologize for like falling asleep my first time recording this. And yeah, thank you. Enjoy. And put down the lotion.